my unexplained camping story from the Ozarks in Arkansas. Sorry if the grammar is bad. I really just want to get this story out, as it's very weird and scary to me. Back in around 2023, I was camping around the Crow's Hole, I think along the Buffalo River. At the campground, there's no service, and I was 16. At the time, I wanted to text my friends, so I walked probably half a mile up the road till I got service at this tree that had a right angle bend in it and a small clearing behind me, which I thought was pretty and unique. I sat there until sundown, texting friends, brain rotting, etc. It got dark, and all of a sudden the bugs went dead quiet. I know that's not a good sign growing up in the woods, so I went quiet to muting my phone. And I heard what I thought was a person circling behind me, so I used my phone flashlight, which was pretty shitty, to illuminate the clearing behind me. But whatever was back there was just out of the light of my phone. I heard the park rangers there were rude, so I called out asking if anyone was there. The steps stopped, most definitely bipedal. Then continued maybe a minute later. I was spooked and ran down the hill to get my mom's now ex. I told him what happened, so he told me to bring him to the spot, and we'd bring the big flashlight. So we go back, and I sit at my bent tree again, and text while he stands around, impatiently, probably thinking I was a dramatic teenager. Until maybe 10 minutes into sitting, I heard the steps again, and I looked at him. His face told me he heard it too. He used the flashlight that illuminated probably 10 feet past the clearing, illuminating probably 20 to 30 feet into the woods. Whatever it was, moved just in time out of the light. All we saw was a single bush next to a tree, moving suddenly as the light illuminated it. Like something jumped just out of the light and possibly behind the tree. I saw what I think was a yellow eye, illuminated in the light for a second. Before there was nothing, except the sound of something circling the edge of the darkness again. It was heavy. My mom's ex thought it could be a park ranger toy, so he called out, but nothing responded again. I'm not sure if it was the eerie vibe overall, or something else, but my mom's ex told me to run suddenly, and I did run. We both ran all the way back to the campsite. I remember hearing something running in the woods alongside us, but that could have been an echo of us running. When we got back, I begged my mom to take me home that night, and apparently the other campers / the family friends camping with us also heard something in the woods that night. But of course it's the Ozark woods, so who knows what animals it could have been. Unexplainable footprints in snow, followed by a clicking noise. Last night, my BF and I were downstairs, raised ranch-style home, watching a movie. He went up to the window to crack it for some fresh air. We live in the Northeast, and a couple of days ago we got a good amount of snow. Now, we do live in an area where wildlife is fairly common. He stood at the window and just stopped what he was doing in a complete stare. I asked, "Babe, what's going on?" He said, "You have to come here and look at this." I got up off the couch and made my way to the window. We saw footprints, and nothing like I have ever seen before. I've grown up in the woods my whole entire life. The men in my family are big into hunting. They're pretty big outdoorsmen. I can pretty much look at any track and know what it is / was. The back tracks looked like a deer / rabbit, and the front ones looked like some type of bird, a turkey, for example. The space in between them was fairly large. Whatever it was had a pretty big stride. Whatever it was looked like it was circling the window, then to side of the house, which our bedroom window is right above that. Also, where a cherry tree is, there's a second set of prints that looked like something started walking from the tree and just stopped. My first thought was, okay, something was just sniffing around and turned around. Well, there's no tracks back. They just completely stop. I have looked up every single possible animal it could be, and absolutely nothing I've been able to find matches. This morning, My BF went out there and looked around. My dog was with him, and as he was sniffing around, his fur was up, high alert. He's not unfamiliar to wildlife, and this is probably the third time in his whole life. I've seen his fur go up. He said that the tracks don't make sense at all. They appear and just disappear, and there's no distinct pattern to them. I know what you may be thinking. Did it snow again and cover them? Or maybe the wind covered the rest. We haven't had any more snow, and the snow we do have is fairly hard. I can see my dog's tracks perfectly. 2 nights ago, when these footprints could have been left, I was watching a movie down there, scrolling through Reddit. I had this wicked weird feeling that came over me like I was being watched. I literally pulled the blinds shut. A couple hours later, I could hear this bush start moving. I figured it was just the wind or animal. There is my big fat blue jay, who does have a nest in there. I then start to hear this faint clicking noise. This is the second time I've heard that noise. Last time was when I lived 2 hours away, again in the middle of nowhere, and I was walking my dog at night. It made me physically ill. I figured I was being paranoid. I was reading creepy stuff on Reddit, so I calmed myself down, telling myself it was all in my head. Yeah, and we have cameras, but nothing on that side of the house, and there was nothing on any of my cameras. If anyone knows what these footprints might be, if it is in fact an animal, that would be great. I'm going to upload a picture of them for context. I'm actually kind of scared. For the last 3 days, I've been having pretty bad anxiety, literal heart palpitations, and I can't pinpoint it. I just feel like something is wrong or something bad is going to happen. My internal radar is going off in every way possible, kind of like a gut feeling, but like I said, I can't put my finger on it. Something just feels incredibly off. I've been brushing it off as my anxiety, but I'm normally super aware of it, and I can control it, and I also can pinpoint its origin. It's been frustrating for me. I actually had a whole conversation with my BF and my mom about it. I try to be logical before I jump to paranormal, etc., etc. I don't know what is going on, but something isn't right.